2019 with the password MIF_2019. So now, ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed. The topic is strategy to attract foreign direct investment to Indonesia. Senior economist, Mandiri.
We have one from the government, one from the local or regional government, that it is a foreign investor to come into West Java, Pak Ridwankamil. And so, without further ado, I will invite the first panel, the first speaker, Pak Reza Yamarasilagan. Please come. Pak Reza Silagan is the head of ASEAN and India Research Institute of International Finance. And the second panel, I want to Mandiri Investment Forum. Pak Suhasil is the chairman of Fiscal Policy Office in the Ministry of West Java. And the last one, I will invite Beri. Beri is a partner and head of tech and Insignia Ventures Partners. So I think this is the right time for Indonesia investors. The first one, I think, just to avoid us from the global volatility coming up in there.
My role is just to start off the discussions on FDI. And I'm going to share with you some of the things that we do at the Institute of International Finance, especially focusing on this capital flows within FDI. Now, at IIF, when we think about FDI, we look at from two different angles. One, we look at FDI as an increasingly more importantly, we see the FDI as source of financial stability as well. So I'm going to start with that, and then I'll look at some facts about how and what we need in terms of competing in this region, and looking at some of the things that also the challenges that we face. Let me not name the name. The questions that they've been asking basically is that I'm convinced about Indonesian macro policy. I'm convinced about the sustainability of your macro stability. But please don't sell me your paper money or your paper asset. Our ownership.
The direction of the monetary policy in 2018 so that we can handle, we can manage the risk of budget in 2018. The budget has finished quite strongly despite the fact that the central bank increased the policy rate. It is not very easy time because as the policy rate increase, usually the economy, as you see, on the left-hand side, for its part, it's continued to increase. The block blue signals is basically during the time where we increase the tax ratio.
A small question actually. You mentioned about the raising tax ratio to 12.2%. So many questions. Does it harm business climate in Indonesia? Because many believe that, oh, you're raising the tax ratio, you're raising also the tax rate in some other parts.
What is the meaning of, let's say, 12%? That's 11.6. Let me just take it like a very quick 12%. What does it mean at 12%? What does it mean at 12% tax ratio?
This is the second time for Pak Ridwankamil to come to Mandiri Investment Forum. So we are very appreciative. It means that Pak Ridwankamil really take it seriously about how to invite all the foreign direct investors. But we already heard about the strategy from the national government. Not many leaders, or local leaders, really believe about the importance of the foreign direct investors. Now, when we met you last 2 weeks, for example, you really believe that I have a great strategy to invite. I have so many projects. So now I think it is the time for you to share all your views. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me for the second time. Last time I was still as a sitting mayor. Now I'm the governor of West Java. You have to understand that we are blessed by democracy. Indonesia is blessed by democracy, so I'm a product of this democracy. The direct election gives a room for people like me outside the political norm. Because I'm still independent, I'm not a member of any political party yet. But this ecosystem of democracy gives a person like me, a professional person, I was an architect before I joined the politics, to really change the society. West Java in general is the 20% of Indonesia. So 1/5 of all Indonesia is under my responsibility. So you have to give me good mood. This 20% is very big. It's almost 50 million people, double the size of Australia, double the size almost Malaysia. So politically also is very strategic. Who holds West Java will win the presidency as well. I think so many benefits in terms of economy in my province. We grow bigger than the national level. Last year 5.2%, the last semester recorded 5.8%. And also 60% of the national industry in whole Indonesia located in West Java. West Java also the closest province to Jakarta. So Jakarta needs West Java to be solid politically, socially, economically, because it's really in the border of Jakarta. And I'm very happy to say 1/3 of the whole investment in Indonesia realized concretely 31% last year is West Java. West Java holds around 116 trillion rupiah. Next would be Jakarta, around 114 trillion rupiah. Central Java 59 trillion, Banten 56, and East Java 51. So by this figure, you can tell how important and how comfortable the investor coming to West Java. We have 6 airports and recently opened the biggest one. We have 3 seaports and 1 is under construction. The biggest one is in Patimban. It's the size as Tanjung Priok. So in the next 3 years, the whole economy will be shifted because currently the situation is jamming. Yeah. To transport the goods from factory in Bekasi to Tanjung Priok is more expensive compared to Tanjung Priok to Shanghai. So it doesn't make sense. Yeah. This is according to Logistics Association. So it's an issue. Therefore, in the next 5-10 years, we need investors to build more connection. We need to build more toll road. In my record, we need around 5 new toll road connecting everywhere. New 5. We will reopen 5 railway also. And in the next 2 years, we'll be finishing the high-speed train connecting Jakarta to Bandung. Currently, 3 to 4 hours will be compressed only 35 minutes. So you can imagine what happens because sometimes the connection is not an end, it's a means. By having a good connection, you can create new towns. Yeah, you can create industrial estates. So that's the benefit. In the next 5 to 10 years, we already assigned around 10 industrial estates. So we are inviting investors from everywhere to come and to create industrial estate. We are currently proposing 4 special economic zones because when you granted special economic zone, you are basically independent, you have tax holiday, you have infrastructure dedicated by federal money. So I'm pushing. Currently not yet, but we are currently lobbying the central government for location for special economic zone. So if you come to West Java, asking the governor whether we can apply for special economic zone, as long as you can hold 200 hectares by one owner, for example, entity, then we can assist to upgrade. So this is the new strategy. Yeah. not only business as usual, but special economic zone would be my key reform in expediting the economic progress. And also, we have still challenges. Yeah, we have some poor areas. The gap Gini ratio is a bit higher than the national level. Unemployment surprisingly comes from vocational school. So the next 5 years, we will reform the vocational school to be managed by industry. The asset, the teacher, the student, the building will be my asset, but the curriculum I will be given to, for example, to Astra, to Mandiri, to whatever. This is one of the reform also in human resources development in West Java. We will start the projects of digital inclusive because the rural area now still lack of digital connections. We already started in Ramayu, for example, by Internet of Things. The fish farmer now use the mobile phone. By clicking the mobile phone, it connects to the sensor in the farming area, and the sensor will give instruction to machine to deliver food to fish, for example, increase the sales and productivity. And we also helping the poor by micro-banking projects to give the poor more access to capital because many of the poor in West Java now victim of the loan shark. The loan shark now also going digital. There's so many feedback by the loan shark association, they call it loan shark association. So my point is, when you have the leader is a pro-business leader coming from the good democracy competition, I'm a very pro-business, I'm a good listener, I want to listen to what you need, and by this political will we change the game, make sure you're comfortable as the data indicated, so more connection, more also inclusive in capital, and I think combination with a good policy from the central government with a strong regional political will, I think West Java is very promising. You have to understand, since 2001, when we have autonomous policy, the economy also shifted not only in Jakarta but more to regions. So you have two doors to get foreign direct investment. You go to central government asking for map, or you go to me directly to the local leaders, and I give you more faster and complete service to make sure you're happy. Yeah, so more or less my comment.
Thank you, Pak. My second question is about how do you see the competition among regional government in inviting the direct investors? For example, in western part of Java and the central Java, for example, they claim, for example, they bring also the manufacturing industry from West Java to Central Java.
Yeah, I think there's also a good side of democracy, also a bad side of democracy. Because the popular votes, when you elect the local leader who doesn't do really strong vision, what they do is just business as usual. They just the money, the time already gone by 5 years without nothing. So I think the difference is the successful region coming from the leader who very proactive. So I fly to many places during my time as a mayor, for example. I fly to Dubai to convince the investor, I fly to China, I fly to Singapore, I meet many ministers. So basically, it's a pro-business attitude that differentiates between strong region in economy or just so-so. So I think West Java is all good news, mostly good news. So with me in the next 5 years, I will be visiting your respective countries to make sure I can invite all this and convince that all the need in terms of investment will be serviced very is expected.
Okay, thank you. So from the national level, we already have about the strategy and policy. Now, I will move to the sector. I think I will move to the new driver of growth, the startups, the 4.0. So we have a Billy here. He will present about how's the opportunity for investment for the startup in Indonesia. I think it is good time for you to share whether Indonesia is really a good place to invest for, especially for the foreign investors. Please.
Hello everyone. Thank you again for inviting me here. It's my honor to be here. I'm actually from Beri, so I'm very happy that has improved the lives of the people in my company. Just a little bit about Insignia. So we are a venture capital. We are based in Singapore. We have gathered investors from the US, from China, from Europe, and our mandate is to invest in Southeast Asian most powerful technology startups. I'm actually, according to Google Temasek report, that Indonesian internet online economy has grown about 50% in the last few years, and is projected to grow another 30% a year for the next foreseeable future. 260 million people, and young and growing. In fact, according to World Bank, 50% of our people are actually 28 years or younger. And these are very important for startups because younger millennials, they tend to be more receptive to changes. They have food online, they have their social life online, and like if you have always, everything will be done online, including finding a girlfriend and stuff like that.
Based on your experiences in Bandung and West Java, do you think that Indonesia's labor policies become one of the factors that make investors have less appetite to invest in Asia? Since the labor policies related to labor.
When it comes to labor, I think local leaders have some limited power. Yeah. I remember as a city mayor, I got protested every November. It's a routine. It's annual routine every November. All the city mayors get protested by the labor. So I think my critics to central government is we need to find some solutions that create an ecosystem that makes the labor also feel they are becoming better in terms of income, but not destroying the future of the macroeconomy. So what I did in West Java, in Bandung, when I was a mayor, I taught labor like this. If you want to be wealthy, you have two ways. One, increasing your income, but in some point you must stop, otherwise the macroeconomy will be problematic. Second is reducing your monthly expenses. So, as a city mayor, I create policy number one. I give free transportation for labor. So by giving free bus for labor, reduce the cost of transportation. Because Indonesia is the society that not very efficient. From 100% income, almost 30% goes to transportation costs, which is very super expensive. I live in Hong Kong for 2 years before. They are very small amount dedicated for transportation because of good transportation. But in Indonesia, this is the challenge. Public transportation is an issue. So people buy private transportation more, creating super expensive transportation. So my policy was giving free bus for labor. Second, we have food delivery to labor using the online system. So the labor can buy the food very cheap instead of buying directly to the supermarket, for example. Third one, we give many benefits. So I think this is an example how local leaders can proactive to create a conducive system. But overall, as a governor also I have some problems because there is a capital-intensive industry, high-tech, usually no problem with a bit higher wages, but the labor-intensive, like textile industry, they suffer. So I recorded 20 factory closed down because of the labor wages. So I think what I will do is I will create zones. In West Java, we have 27 cities and regions. So I will create a zone where for the capital-intensive industry, where is the zone for labor-intensive industry, for example. By having these, I think we will create a very conducive situation for infrastructure.
Okay, thank you. I think before I move to there is one more question for you, Governor. It's about the talent. How do you, because West Java, especially one of the best source of the talents provided for the manufacturing industries, and also other like startup or creative industries. So do you have any strategy, especially when we take a look on the next 10 or 20 years going forward? Do you have any strategy how to bring up the talent pool from your region to bring up the quality of labor?
The millennial is a different species. They differ from their parents. The baby boomers, or the parents, usually they choose the company first, and they will follow where the company put them. But the millennial will choose the city first. Which city is hip, which city is cool, which city is creative, then they will find a job in the city that are very exciting. So Bandung represent, people come first to Bandung, fall in love with the quality of life in the city, and they try to do some business. One criteria is number of universities. So I think the more you have higher institution in the city, in the area, the more you have talents. Second is open society, less censor, more open, more progressive, and also liked by millennials. Third one is technology. Everything is good in terms of access of technology. So if we have this pool of talent coming from many universities, combined with society that very open, combined with the access of technology, this recipe, this is something I will apply to the remaining cities of West Java, for example. In Bandung, we have 3 startup incubators already. One with the Salim Group and the Singapore investor, one by Telkom Group, by one other conglomerate group. I think this is already happening. But this, for me, I will use this model also to other cities in West Java, but in smaller level. So I think Bandung would be more or less the model where the city is good, the city is livable, lovable, 89% people are happy people in Bandung. That creates attractive condition for this millennial to come and open business in digital and stuff.
Okay, Pak.
We need pro-business leaders across the country. We need more proactive government also to approach investment. For example, I forgot to say, I can speed up the way we do business in Indonesia by pushing the agenda in public sectors. In Indonesia way, we spend money not using the third-party money to build bridges, to build roads. So I think we will push the reform for public-private partnership more. Currently, no examples in the regional government. We need to push more municipal bond concept, also to build public projects development. We need to have a loan from the bank, for example. So these 3 types of investment is non-existent yet in regional government. So I think the next future we will see West Java combination of foreign direct investment in the private sector, but also investment in public sector. This is something I will start in the next coming.
Okay, thank you, Pak.
Ya, kalau kita lihat realisasi investasi paling besar itu di Jawa Barat, kedua DKI, ketiga Jawa Tengah, Banten, Baru, Jatim. Artinya realisasi investasi yang paling serius, paling besar ada di Jawa Barat. Artinya kenapa menyukai Jawa Barat? Pertama, karena infrastrukturnya sangat baik ya, dalam consumer attractive award juga dulu urusan infrastruktur paling baik. Kedua, paling dekat dengan Jakarta, jadi ada keuntungan secara geografis. Yang ketiganya, reformasi peraturan. Nah, salah satu yang saya tawarkan adalah mempush yang namanya Special Economic Zone. Jadi sekarang ada sebuah instrumen KEK atau Kawasan Ekonomi Khusus itu asal punya lahan 200 hektar bisa kita lobby, kita jadikan kawasan ekonomi khusus untuk industri-industri terpilih kan. Apa yang terjadi dengan KEK, maka pajaknya akan jauh berkurang. Kedua, infrastruktur menuju KEK akan dibangun oleh pemerintah pusat melalui APBN. Satu itu. Kedua adalah koneksi. Masalah kita adalah mengangkut barang kan, maka dengan ada Patimban yang triliunan dari Jepang itu sangat membantu karena sebesar Tanjung Priuk yang selama ini ngantri, saya bilang tadi mahal banget dari lokasi ke Tanjung Priuk. Ya kira-kira kombinasi infrastruktur, kombinasi reform melalui KEK itu salah satu strategi yang akan saya tawarkan. Sekarang lagi di pus 4. Tapi semakin banyak semakin bagus karena menurut saya itu.
Targetnya tahun ini Pak, yang 4 itu Pak. Targetnya tahun ini. Di mana itu?
Ada di Sukabumi, ada di Pangandaran, ada di daerah Subang, Majalengka yang dekat airport.
Pak tadi akan membagi jadi 2 zona Pak, industri padat modal dan padat karya itu
karena si UMR ini ternyata bikin kacau, banyak investasi yang akhirnya kebingungan dan pindah-pindah kan. Nah makanya nanti zona yang misalkan upahnya tidak terlalu tinggi itu akan saya geser menjadi industri yang padat orang ya istilahnya. Ya jadi kayak tekstil ngumpulnya di sini. Nah, tapi yang daerah-daerah padat modal, yang high-tech nanti ngumpulnya sebelah zona. Kira-kira zonasi itu akan membuat nyaman.
Padat modal di mana, padat karya di mana Pak?
Yang padat modal kemungkinan daerah tadi Karawang, Bekasi, dan seterusnya Bogor. Kalau padat orang itu di Subang, di Majalengka, Cirebon.
Berarti untuk industri baru ya Pak?
Nah, nanti kita terjemahkan apa yang disebut padat modal dan padat orang itu.
Obligasi daerah itu sejauh
kita baru konsultasi dengan OJK, sedang hitung. Jadi di zaman saya lagi nge-push 3 agenda tadi. 1 obligasi daerah, 2 public-private partnership-nya juga di-push. Kita akan tes yang gampang dulu, dunia pendidikan. Terus pinjaman bank, ternyata instrumen pinjaman dari bank pembangunan itu ada, tapi bank-bank itu nggak pernah melihat kami sebagai konsumen. Padahal enggak. Contohnya Bank Jateng ngasih pinjam 200 miliar ke satu daerah buat aspal kan keren, dibayar pasti ada bayaran, nggak mungkin non performing loan kan karena punya APBD kan gitu. Nah mindset ini nggak nempel di banyak bank. Padahal kami ini konsumen yang duitnya besar dan rutin dan nggak mungkin utang.
Oh jadi mau Bank Jabar itu
kan dulu BPD, Bank Pembangunan, P-nya kurang
Jadi melibatkan daerah untuk financing proyek-proyek. Butuh berapa sih Pak investasi?
Waduh, Jawa Barat mah ratusan triliun. Iya, ratusan triliun kalau dirupiahkan.
Dari APBN ke dari APBN?
Ya, nggak akan cukup. Makanya saya bilang 3 tadi itu tidak eksis. Public-private partnership municipal bond dan pinjaman bank. Kalau ini hadir dalam rezim saya, semua pembangunan bisa ngabret.
Ini municipal bond, municipal ngabret. Bisa ngabret. Municipal bond kapan?
Municipal bond.
Municipal bond kapan rencananya?
Tahun ini semua.
Kisarannya jadi.
Ya, saya nggak bisa bilang.
Lagi dihitung.
Ya kan.
Berapa kisarannya?
Dan belum tahu, belum dirapatin. Baru mekanismenya yang disepakati, belum nilainya.
Tapi sebenarnya itu diarahin kemana sih Pak untuk obligasi daerah governance proyek apa gitu?
Semua, misalkan kita jalan desa belum diaspal kan, monggo tahun ketiga duitnya, tahun keempat. Kalau pakai municipal bond tahun kedua udah selesai semuanya. Kita butuh banyak jembatan, kita butuh banyak pelabuhan udara dan sebagainya. Kalau ngandelin APBD itu kayak kita beli rumah, nabung dulu di bantal, baru. Nah, tapi kan pakai KPR. Nah, logika ini kan nggak ada di dunia pemerintahan. Kira-kira ini kan tahun ekonomi kan.
Bisa tahun ini kan Pak?
Semua yang tahun ini sedang diusahakan.
Ayolah dikejar. Nggak ada angka Pak kalau buat tahun ini.
Tadi berapa ya Pak total investasi di
4 tadi.
Satu KEK bisa 15 triliun dan 20 triliun.
Ini akan undang
berarti 60 ya Pak?
Pak, ada calon investor dari Cina atau dari mana Pak?
Di sini jam 5 saya ada round table diskusi.
Ada calon investor yang akan
ada pembatasan investasi
KEK ini Pak? Ada calon investor dari mana yang sudah mau masuk ke 4 KEK?
Ada dari Korea sudah datang ke saya nggak bisa sebut. Dan dari Amerika juga saya nggak bisa sebut. Semua rata-rata masih klasifikasi. Tapi poinnya Jawa Barat sangat diminati.
Itu sedang install Pak?
Dengan industri apa itu?
High-tech. Kebanyakan high-tech. Ada satu yang pariwisata, KEK pariwisata.
Tahun ini mana Pak yang bakal jadi selesai ya?
Bisa janji saya. Ya, semuanya mudah-mudahan.
Ini nggak ada angka nih Pak. Foto-foto aja di kampung.
Tadi udah 20 triliun. Satu angka. Bandung aja butuh PPP 60 triliun kalau kamu butuh angka. Itu baru Bandung, kalikan 20 kota kabupaten berapa ratus triliun.
Ada batasan
dan investasi infrastruktur di Jawa Barat. Itu butuh 60 triliun. Kalikan 20 daerah berapa sih? 1.200. Satu munisipal 60 triliun udah saya hitung.
Bukan itu KEK satu. Tapi munisipal.
Kan kebutuhan membangun kota, kebutuhannya saya itu 60 triliun kan, kalikan 20 daerah itu 1.200 triliun. APBD nggak pernah cukup, maka dari 1.200 triliun itu dicarilah dari municipal bond, dicarilah dari public private partnership, dicarilah dari
Udah berapa tahun itu Pak?
sedapatnya itu kan mimpi.
Bangun berapa tahun Pak?
Ya kalau teori saya berhasil 10 tahun selesai.
Pak, kalau untuk investasi asing Pak, kira-kira ada batasan nggak Pak? Soalnya saya dari industri karet Pak. Ini kita waktu itu
bertanya ya.
Saya dari industri karet, kita buka investasi asing itu besar-besaran waktu itu
di Jawa Barat.
Nggak di seluruh Indonesia, tapi sekarang hasilnya ekspor kita itu kebanyakan dari pabrik-pabrik yang foreign invested Pak. Itu kira-kira di Jawa Barat akan ada batasan investor asing atau gimana?
Sebenarnya polisinya sederhana. Kalau ada perusahaan lokal yang bisa, pasti didahulukan. Tapi kalau dia nggak bisa bersaing, saya nggak akan pilih-pilih lokal atau internasional. Yang penting rakyat saya sejahtera kan begitu. Tapi kalau rakyat saya bisa sejahtera oleh investasi lokal, saya akan dahulukan. Saya kan ada program namanya Saudagar Jabar. Saudagar Jabar itu adalah privilege kepada pengusaha di Jawa Barat untuk didahulukan kira-kira begitu. Kalau ada dua pilihan ya, kalau nggak ada pilihan ya luar negeri juga diambil. Oke?